Hinchliffe Stadium is Paterson, New Jersey's Circus Maximus.
This is a symbol of our city. It's a symbol of where our city was, but it also is a symbol of where our city is going. By restoring Hinchliffe Stadium, we're not just bringing back bricks and mortar, we're bringing back memories and some magic.
"2020 is the 100th anniversary of the Negro Leagues. There was a 21 league team that traveled throughout the country and Mexico, Cuba, and in Canada.
When African Americans were excluded from participating in Major League Baseball, they had a home at Hinchliffe. They had a home in Paterson.
When I think of the Negro Leagues, I think of good old-fashioned American ingenuity. Okay, you guys won't let us play with your ball, we'll make our own league.
Hinchliffe Stadium is one of only 2 ballparks that still exist in this country that hosted Negro League games. This was built in the depths of the Great Depression, opened up in 1932, and then in 33, we were the hosts of the equivalent of the Negro League's World Series game. People like Josh Gibson and Cool Papa Bell, and of course, Paterson's own Larry Doby played on this field.
My dad's history is as an athlete for Paterson East Side. An umpire thought maybe he had some ability, and that's where he had to try out here, and then went to the Newark Eagles. And they won the Negro World Series in 1946, and that's really the stepping stone for him to play in the big leagues. He was the second African American to break the color line and the first to break it in the American League. My father made it so all of baseball was integrated. I knew even 30, 40, 50 years later what kind of impression it left on him here to be in Hinchliffe.
The Paterson Public Schools ended up taking control of Hinchliffe Stadium in 1963, and pretty much from that day forward have made very bad decisions. They extended the field, which caused a sinkhole. They put AstroTurf, which again caused some damage to the stadium, and at the end of the day, they just never cared for the stadium financially, and here we are 22 some odd years later, and Hinchliffe Stadium is still in disrepair.
High school had a chance to play here for 4 years. And when the mayor got elected in 2018, he asked me to come and serve as the chief operating officer for the city. And this is one of the things that we wanted to get done. I've always complained about this stadium not being restored. And I just had to roll up my sleeves and stop complaining about it and come back and help him do it.
Unique opportunity, coveted tax credits. And I had an opportunity as the mayor to select projects that I felt would be feasible. This is a primary project. We're looking at a roughly $70 million project. We have 2 years to do it. So by July of 2022, you'll be back when we cut the ribbon.
Paterson was always a magical city. It's a little bit humbling, but it's always good to be back here. I think if they could return it to its former glory and kids could play here, they would realize, what went on here and the historic value that it does have.